Hi friends, it's Peggy from PrettyPaperCards.com. I hope you're having a great day. I'm here today to show you how to create your own label from a punch. In other words, create something different from a punch. And you can see that I've done it here on today's card. The little piece of paper, the label if you want to say, that holds the hello sentiment is something different. And I've created it using the Everyday Label Punch by Stampin' Up! And I'm going to show you today how to do that. First, I want to tell you a little bit about the card. I created the card using the Stampin' Up! Photopolymer set called To a Wild Rose. And it's both distinctive and a 3-step stamp. So there's a lot that you can do with this stamp. It has excellent sentiments. And I just love everything about it. These two stamps are distinctive. This is a distinctive stamp, which means that it makes the images are photorealistic, which is terrific. It makes a beautiful image. This is kind of an outline image, and this is the one I've used today. What I did is I embossed it in white embossing powder on our new fluid watercolor paper, and then I watercolored it using Petal Pink ink. And then I stamped my stamps in Granny Apple Green, and this is the leaf stamp that is the distinctive stamp, and I just love it so much. And I made some extras and fussy cut them out and attached them to the back of my little hello sentiment. So I'm going to show you today how to do that. I'm going to, of course, we need to have the Everyday Label Punch. I'm going to use some Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and here's my stamp, a photopolymer stamp. And so when we use photopolymer, we need a pad underneath it. And this is one of our Stampin' Pierce mats that I've just covered with a piece of graph paper so that I don't mark my pad. And I'm going to use some longer paper, a piece of paper than I really want, and that's so that I can manipulate it through the punch. So I'm using a piece of Whisper White cardstock that's 1 3/4 inches by 5 1/2. So let's get started. I'm going to ink my stamp up here. And generally on most of our pads you don't have to press so hard, but on the Memento you really do to get a good inking. And I'm going to ink it and put it about 1 inch up from the bottom there. And I'm going to press down pretty hard into the pad to get a good impression. Okay, so we've got our good impression. And now we're going to work with our punch. I'm going to get my glasses on here so I can really see what I'm doing. So we're punching a little, we're not punching this way, we're going to punch in the maybe portrait style, you might call it. So I'm going to slide my paper here, and I'm going to line it up so that the edge of the punch, this bottom lower edge, is just centered underneath my sentiment. And I'm going to punch. Okay, so there's my punched out piece. Now the trick is, now I'm going to put it in again, and you have to manipulate it a little bit, hold on, to the top. And now I'm going to get the two sides exactly straight and shrink it up, move it up a little bit so that I have just the same distance that I had here on this side between the stamp and the edge of the punch. And I have that same distance on the top, and then I punch again. And look at that cute little label. Isn't that just adorable? And that's exactly what I used here on this card. And I just put some dimensionals under it. I attached the leaves on the back, and I really like this little shape. You can use this technique with any punch, and they're much more versatile than you would think. So play with some of your other punches and see if you can't do that. But I really like this one because I like that kind of scrolling and the straight edges. So that's how I created that little label, that different little label on my card today. I hope you'll go to my blog, PrettyPaperCards.com, and look around there and shop with me. You just click my Shop Now button. Also, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.